everyone, I'm Christopher Vincent with Sotheby's International Realty Canada, and welcome to our June 2026 Canmore Real Estate Market Update. If you're considering buying or selling real estate in Canmore, Banff, Harvie Heights, Deadman's Flats, Exshaw, or Lac des Arcs, this video will give you a detailed look at the current market conditions, inventory levels, pricing trends, and what we're watching heading into the summer market. Let's dive in. Overall market activity. After a slower April, May delivered exactly what we'd expect from a seasonal mountain market. Total sales increased from 34 transactions in April to 62 transactions in May, representing an increase of more than 80% month over month. Now, before we get too excited, it is important to note that sales levels are actually very similar to what we experienced during the same period last year. What we're seeing isn't a surge in demand. Instead, we're seeing a return to normal seasonal buying patterns as we move into the spring and summer. At the same time, active inventory declined slightly from 200 listings to 192 listings. This is important because inventory remains almost identical to what it was a year ago, suggesting that supply and demand are currently in balance. Let's start with detached and semi-detached homes. This segment remains one of the healthiest parts of the market. Months of inventory currently sit at approximately 3.2 months, which places detached homes firmly within a balanced market territory. What does this mean? It means neither buyer nor seller have a significant advantage. Well-priced homes continue to attract interest, while buyers have more options and negotiating power than they had during the extremely competitive markets of 2021 and 2022. Looking at pricing, the 3-month median sale price remains around $1.65 million. Although individual luxury transactions continue to influence monthly averages, the broader trend is one of stability rather than rapid appreciation or decline. The apartment condominium segment deserves some additional attention and explanation because the headline numbers don't tell the whole story. Apartment condo sales increased significantly during May, rising from 6 to 17 sales in May. At first glance, that might suggest a major increase in demand. However, much of that activity was driven by the successful launch of Building 3 at altitude by Logel Homes. The opening of the show suites and release of new inventory generated substantial sales activity and accounted for many of the transactions recorded during the month. The inventory numbers also require context. A large portion of the available apartment condominium inventory consists of new construction projects. Many of these developments include ownership restrictions, occupancy requirements, or housing programs designed to support local residents and employees. As a result, these listings don't necessarily compete directly with traditional resale condominiums. When we isolate the unrestricted resale market, inventory is actually much tighter than overall numbers suggest. Pricing across condominium apartment segment remains relatively stable with no significant upward or downward pressure currently evident. The townhouse market continues to perform very well. Inventory remains close to 3 months of supply, indicating balanced market conditions. The 3-month average sale price sits near $1.15 million, and demand remains consistent for both full-time residents and second home buyers. Townhouses continue to represent an attractive option for buyers looking for more space than a traditional condominium while maintaining lower maintenance requirements than a detached home. The tourist home and visitor accommodation segment remains one of the most unique and sought-after investment categories in Canmore. Inventory currently sits near 3 months of supply, while pricing remains stable. The 3-month average sale price is now above $1 million. Demand continues to be supported by strong tourism numbers and investors seeking income-producing mountain properties in one of Canada's most desirable resort markets. One of the most important themes in today's market is understanding where inventory is actually coming from. Much of the recent increases in available listings has been driven by new construction projects and specialized housing projects. Because of that, headline inventory numbers can sometimes overstate the amount of competition facing traditional resale properties. For sellers, that means properly priced homes can still perform very well. For buyers, it means there are more opportunities available than we've seen in recent years. As we move deeper into the summer market, conditions appear healthy and sustainable. Sales activity has returned to seasonal norms. Inventory levels remain balanced. prices are generally holding steady across most property types. While we're not expecting dramatic price appreciation in the short term, we're also not seeing evidence of meaningful downward pressure on values. Instead, Canmore appears to be entering a period characterized by stability, balanced conditions, and thoughtful decision-making by both buyers and sellers. That's good news for anyone looking to make a move within the Bow Valley. If you'd like a customized market evaluation of your property, or if you're considering purchasing a home in Canmore or Banff, we'd be happy to help. You can see all the stats at CanmoreBanffRealEstate.com. I'm Christopher Vincent with Sotheby's International Realty Canada. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next month with another Canmore Real Estate Market update.